I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
Hello and welcome to the Ask Arlene Show. You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. And you can be who you want to be in the world. Today, we're so excited because we're talking about this book, The 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, and Living Your Best Life after COVID-19. And we're speaking specifically about Chapter 4, which is proximity. Proximity. You say, what is proximity, Arlene? Well, proximity is you getting close to the things that you want to achieve in order to achieve them. Is it that simple? Could it really be that simple that one of the key secrets to achieving your goals and your dreams and your visions is just getting into proximity with the things that you want or the people who have what you want? Well, the answer is yes. And today I'm going to give you 10 secrets that you can use in order to gain proximity to the things and the people and the places that you truly want to achieve. So let's get into it. Let's start with the first one. The first one in Chapter 4 that I'm going to start with is the quote, okay? And it's a wise proverb, and it says, "Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise." That's Proverbs 13 and 20 in the English Standard Version. So whether you are a spiritual person, a super spiritual person or not, this is the premise that we're starting with. Whoever you walk with, that's what you're going to become, which leads us to step number 1. What you are around is what you become. People earn within $5,000 of the people that they associate with. Your closest friends know exactly what you know. How? Because you guys talk. Okay, so you tell them what you know, and they tell you what they know, and together you guys have pretty much the same level of understanding, and you guys are pretty much at the same level. So you earn within $5,000 of each other. So if you want to lift and move forward or move up or go to greater heights, the secret is you got to get around some different people, right? Which leads to secret number 2. Secret number 2 says, get around people that make you stand on your tippy toes. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. Okay, so I am an American. I was born in the United States, but at a very young age, my parents shipped me off to Jamaica to go to school. So when I went to Jamaica, I was ostracized as an American. I didn't speak the language. I didn't speak the dialect. Although my family is from there, I had been in America, so I didn't sound like the Jamaicans. I didn't eat the Jamaican food. I didn't wear my socks like the Jamaicans. So guess what, guys? I was not Jamaican as far as they were concerned. I wasn't a part of the crowd. I wasn't a part of the clique. I was ostracized. But check this out. After I had been in Jamaica for a couple of years and I came back to the United States, just before I moved, I had become acclimated to being a Jamaican. Now I come back to the United States, I'm ostracized again because I'm not an American. Now I have an accent like a Jamaican. I eat the food of the Jamaican. My socks are like a Jamaican. My clothing is like a Jamaican. So what did I learn in that instance? Whatever I was around is what I became. It's what I looked like. It's what I dressed like. It's what I began to speak like. This is the message for you guys. Whatever you're around is what you will become. So if you look at the people around you and you say, they are not achieving the goals that I truly want to achieve. They are not living the lifestyle that I truly want to live. Then you've got to take secret number 2 and get around those people. But the crazy thing is, most people don't know how to get around the people that are truly going to take them to a different trajectory or change their worldview. So let's go on to, I'm going to tell you how to do that within these 10 secrets. But let's go on to secret number 3. Okay, the story of David Bannister. So David Bannister was living in a time where no one had done a 4-minute mile. And the thought of the time, the collective thought process was that if you do a 4-minute mile, your heart would literally come out of your body and you would pretty much die. Okay, so Roger Bannister, it says David Bannister, but it's actually Roger Bannister. And that's not my team's fault, that's my fault. Okay. Roger Bannister decided that he was going to do the 4-minute mile. So he practiced, he visualized, he rehearsed it. And actually on game day, he ran that 4-minute mile. And at the end, he collapsed. And if you listen to the commentary, the reporter said he died. Okay, because the collective thought process at the time was that if you do a 4-minute mile, you would just simply die. So as a result, nobody thought it could be done. But guess what? He got up. Okay, he was celebrated because he did the 4-minute mile. Since then, 1,633 people have run a 4-minute mile. So whatever you're around, whatever the people around you believe, that's the level at which you will achieve. So if I have $1 million and I have $1 million cash, I may say, oh, I'm wealthy. My friends may say, oh, you're doing well. If I'm Donald Trump and I have $1 million, I'm poor. Okay, that's nothing. So let's go to secret number 4 in this journey. So proximity. Stop taking monetary advice from the plumber. Okay, proximity. The people that you're around are the ones that are giving you advice. So your cousin Vinny, who says, I heard this cool stock tip, and he tells you about it, and you invest in what he invested in, you achieve the level that he has achieved, okay? But the idea is to take it to the next level. We've got to get out of asking Uncle Vinny or cousin Fred or my best friend Carl, who's even worse off than I am financially, and find others who are achieving the goals and the dreams and the visions that I want to achieve. Okay, so we've got to get out of our comfort zone. So like I shared with you, I went to another country. Okay, it wasn't my choice, it was my parents' choice. But the fact that I went to this other country meant that I began behaving just like those people. Think about it. Is it possible that your current circumstance is derived based on the friends, the family, the associates that you're with? And if that's the case, is it possible, guys, that you could have a completely other trajectory just by getting out of the situation that you're in and getting into a situation that probably is a lot less comfortable than the one that you're in now? So what do I mean? What do I mean? What am I talking about? So if I said to you, I'm going to come over to your house and I'm going to give you plumbing advice, and I'm not a plumber, you'd probably say, oh, Arlene, thank you very much, but no thanks, because you're not a plumber. So why is it that we take advice all the time from our friends that are not experts in the area or in the field of our endeavor? Okay, guys, let's move on. What is the next secret? Secret number 6. So In The Secret, it says, start somewhere. 100K person versus Jeff Bezos. So this is the secret. Proximity only works if you're gaining proximity to someone who has already achieved the goal, the vision that you have in mind to achieve. So if your goal is to be the business owner of a $1 million beauty salon, the person that you want to get in proximity with is someone who has run a $1 million beauty salon, okay? But sometimes it's a little bit challenging to get around those people because everybody wants to be around those people who are very successful. So the goal is to start. So we're at secret number 4, which is proximity. But remember, secret number 3 on our trajectory was momentum, to move forward, to just begin, even though we don't know all the details. So the idea is to get around somebody who is successful in that area. So maybe you can't get to the $1 million beautician at this juncture, or you're a coach and you want to be around others who are $1 million coaches, but all you can find is the 6-figure coach at this particular juncture. Then guess what? Get around the 6-figure coach, okay? Because it's still somebody who has knowledge in the area of your endeavor and is further along in the journey than you. So that's why I say 100K owner versus Jeff Bezos. So the rule is the person must have had a track record in the area of your endeavor. But let's say you don't know of any beauty salon owners, and for some strange reason, you're in proximity to Jeff Bezos, who's a $1 billion business owner. Should you gain proximity with him? Well, yes, of course. Course, okay? So there are exceptions to the rule. If the person is achieved just extreme success, then chances are that business owner can still give you insight and tools and tips and techniques about how you can achieve and arrive at the goal that you're seeking. But the secret is stop talking to Vinny and him, okay? All right, that is the secret. And we have to get out of our comfort zone because the people who we're around pretty much know what we know. Okay, they know all our stories and we know all their stories. So we've got to get out of our comfort zone and into the area where we're stretched or where we have to push. And this is the secret, guys. Most of us are friends with our friends. Why? Because we like what they say. We agree with what they say and they agree with what we say. So there's a level of comfort, okay? But is there an idea? Is there a possibility that there's an idea out there that we haven't heard, that we're not privy to, that we don't know about? Yes. And the idea is to get around those people. And I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you get around these mentors so that you can milk more information out of them and not just walk away with still the level of knowledge that we already have, but actually gain the maximum amount of insight from them as we move forward. Okay, so secret number 6. Guys, do you know that there's something called the collective consciousness? So I was on an airplane and I was going from Florida to New York. And I had to get to New York at a particular time because my daughter was having a recital or doing something at school and I had to be there the next day. So I flew from from Florida and I was trying to get to New York, but there was a storm. And in this storm, it was so bad that the plane was grounded. But I had to get to New York the next day. So I was in the airport. I think we stopped in like Philly or somewhere like that. And I was in the airport trying to find a flight going from there to New York because I knew I had to be there the next day. It's like middle of the night. And everybody was so scared because the storm was so bad that the plane was going to and fro and it was grounded. So I got on this other flight and the flight was going to the executive airport in Westchester. And for some strange reason, none of the people were afraid. The plane was going to and fro. It was tossing left and right. And I looked around on the plane and I realized I didn't feel afraid. And the people who were business owners were typing on their laptops. They were doing their work. They were on their phone calls and they didn't seem afraid. So I wasn't afraid either. Okay. So the collective consciousness of that flight was, we are going to get to our destination. And this is something we do all the time because we're business flyers. So we fly probably every day or every other day. And so the collective consciousness was that they weren't afraid. I didn't feel afraid either. When we're in rooms and in groups of people who are highly successful, is it possible, guys, that there is actually a collective consciousness that will help us and enhance us to go to the next level? When we're on our jobs with the people that we're around, and everybody's complaining about the boss and complaining about, oh, we don't make enough money here, man. This thing is it possible that that's the collective consciousness and that's the thought process and the mindset? And so it's more challenging for us to get to the next level. All right, so what we're going to do is go to break. When we come back, I'm going to give you the 4 secrets of what you need to do when you get around these mentors and you're in proximity with these great people, and also how to get in proximity with these great people that everybody wants to be in proximity with. So we'll be right back after this quick message.
I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And I'm here to tell you 2 reasons why you should join our Speakers Bureau training and how to become a world-class speaker. 1, revenue generation. People who know how to communicate well earn more dollars and cents. And 2, if you have a day job, you're not a speaker, teacher, author, trainer, you're going to gain promotion on your job if you're better able to communicate with confidence in those board meetings. Now, you say, why should I join your group, Arlene? There are so many programs out there. Well, I'm guaranteeing you an interview on television or radio if you complete our 10 sessions of our Speakers Bureau training. So I have a plethora of friends that do the same types of things that I do, and so we're guaranteeing you an interview on either television or radio. And you say, well, why else, Arlene? Why else should I join? Well, if you join our Speakers Bureau, after having taken the 10-session training, I am going to help you, along with our team, to launch that speaking career that you always envisioned so that you can use your message to change the world. So there's so many programs out there and they tell you how to be a speaker, but I'm going to actually help you to get booked on paid speaking engagements, on television and on radio if you complete all 10 sessions and you join our Speakers Bureau. I hope to see you there and see you using your dream, your vision, and your talent to change the world. Bye-bye. See you there.
Hi, and welcome back. Okay, we're on secret number 6, which is actually secret number 7, which is perfect love casts out all fear. So the title of the book, again, is The 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, and Living Your Best Life After COVID-19. So after my enlightenment, I came up with these 10 secrets. So for those of you that don't know the story, several years ago, my mom passed away and I was stuck. Okay, she contracted an incurable disease and she went from somebody who was really active and could do 5 laps around the track to someone who could barely walk from the bedroom to the bathroom. And I was stuck. And I watched her skin change. I watched her body change from robust to literally nothing and everything you can think of when it comes to somebody who looks like they're dying. So I was stuck afterwards and I found it really hard to get up. I went to several places and investigated several things that I could do in order to get up and gain momentum and move forward. After going to these conferences and gaining coaching and starting a coaching program myself, I came up with these 10 secrets to overcoming fear and getting unstuck. And these are the tools that I'm using in this book. So nothing that I'm sharing with you today is something that I just heard or that I read or that I just made up. They're tools and techniques that helped me and have helped many other people who've read the book and who've gone through the coaching program. So one of the things that I really found when I went to a conference that was clear across the country I went to a conference in California. I lived in New York at the time. And I found this coach, and she said, you have to gain proximity to what it is that you want. So I had to go clear across the country to this conference. And I said, no, I can just take the conference online. I'll stay at my house and see it, watch it virtually. And she said, no, you have to be there. You have to be around the people and feel the love. And I was like, I'm not looking for love. I'm just trying to get unstuck. So what happened was I went to the conference, and the first day of the conference, I put my jacket on the chair of the person in front of me. And the lady in front of me turned around, and I fully expected her to give me an attitude and, say, take your jacket off my chair or something like that. But guys, she turned around and she smiled at me, and she adjusted my jacket on the back of her chair. And I burst into tears. I burst into tears. It was so touching, that little act of kindness, that I started crying. Guys, I had come out of a profession, working in politics, where it was very cutthroat, get them before they get you, as to quote our former president, Donald Trump. It was very cutthroat. And then my mom had passed away. And then at the funeral of my mom, the pastor had complained about how during the obituary, which I wrote myself, I'd never written an obituary before, how I didn't write enough about her being a religious person. I wrote about her life accomplishments. I mean, it was just one thing after another. And it just seemed like everything culminated in this one particular act of kindness. So throughout the weekend, there were other acts and incidents of kindness. And what I began to realize, guys, is that the collective consciousness of that particular conference was love. It was love, it was kindness, and perfect love casts out fear. Whatever it is that you're looking to achieve that you haven't yet been able to achieve, the reason you haven't been able to achieve it is fear. It's not so much that you only know 10% and you need to know 90% to achieve the goal. The secret is you probably have already researched, you've already talked to people, you've already garnered information, and you know 90%. But the reason you haven't stepped out yet and moved in that direction is because of fear. Okay? So the first step in moving in that right direction and gaining proximity is love. It's that simple. Loving yourself enough to move forward in that direction. This is not the dress rehearsal, guys. This is all we have. Loving the people that you're going to help, touch, move, and inspire in this new venture that you're endeavoring to go into. When you look at them and you think of the love that you have for them, it will draw you closer in the direction of your true goals, your true dreams. I don't care if it's to, start writing movies and doing movies. It's the love that you have for the people that you want to touch, move, and inspire through your movies. Once you begin to focus on that, you'll begin to move forward and find the confidence to talk to those people who are in proximity to the things that you truly want. Okay? So perfect love casts out all fear. Focus on the love that you have for those people or for yourself or for the thing that you truly want to achieve, and you'll begin to loosen up yourself and be able to move forward. Just like I did when I went to this conference. 8. When you find these people who are mentors, who are coaches, who are enlightened ones, who are doing the things that you want to do and have already achieved it, don't argue with your mentors. Okay, I can't tell you the number of times that people have asked me, Arlene, well, how did you achieve this? How did you write the book? Okay, I began to think for 3 years of how I wanted to write the book. And I kept starting and stopping and starting and stopping. But during COVID-19, when I started to think of all the people who could be touched, moved, and inspired and released and move forward in their particular ventures, if I gave them these 10 secrets and these 10 tools, then I was able to do within 3 weeks something that I couldn't do in 3 years. It was the love. Okay? So if a mentor tells you, these are the tools, these are the secrets, it behooves you now to move forward in that area. Okay, don't argue with them. So sometimes I'll say things and they'll seem so simple that people will say, well, it can't be that, Arlene. It has to be something more complicated. You started this business, you started it from nothing, and now it's moving forward. You're living in your dream neighborhood, in your dream state. You're with your perfect partner. Your business is is twice as successful as it was last year, it's got to be hard. No, it's as simple as connecting with people who are doing it and following what they advise you to do. And the challenge is sometimes you can't get within close proximity to those people. So you have to watch the books, you have to read the books, you have to watch the videos, the YouTube, read the materials, the magazines, get the stories through other methods. But the secret is every time you pick up this book, because many of you have purchased it and you're going through it week after week with me, when you get a nugget, turn off the YouTube, turn off the computer, put down the book and put that particular tool or technique into practice. So you can listen to 29 minutes of this and turn off the video, walk away and do something else, or you can implement one tool, one technique, one skill that I've shared with you today, and that's the challenge. Believe it or not, guys, that's the challenge. Not just hearing the content, but actually implementing it. Time is of the essence. We're all only given a set amount of time, okay? And so if we don't implement the 10 secrets, then it's like our time here, our 29 minutes or 28 minutes has been wasted. And my goal in sharing this information with you is so that you can enhance your life and move forward in that business project or endeavor that you have, okay? So in order to make it worthwhile, we have to utilize the time that we have, put the materials down, and put it into practice. I would rather know that you implemented one of these strategies or tools or techniques and was able to move your life forward than you listen to a multiplicity of material and have a whole bunch of research, but then you don't move forward in the dream. Okay? And of course, secret number 10 is get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody who is going to help you to move forward in that process. So I'm here. I'd love for you to contact me. I'd love for you to talk to my team and let us help you to move forward in that business project or endeavor. And I may not be the right coach for you. You may want to start a trucking business. And you come to me, you contact me, and I say, listen, I'm a coach. I'd love to help you, but I'm going to connect you with a coach that's an expert in how you start a trucking business. Okay? But the idea is to get started. Take that first step. Okay? Time is of the essence. Tomorrow is not promised. This is not the dress rehearsal, guys. This is all there is. So if you listen to this 28 minutes, the challenge for you is to take an action, to take one step and gain closer proximity to me, your coach, or to somebody who's a mentor that's going to get you to that true dream. Because remember, everybody's here for a purpose, a plan, to do something great, okay? We're all here for something. And remember, you can hear it and you'll remember 10% of what you read. But if you write down some of the notes that I'm sharing with you today, then you're actually 76% more likely to remember it and to implement it. And then if you actually take action, okay, and do it and work with the group in doing it, you're 96% more likely to achieve that goal, vision, or plan. Thank you so much to the team. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gary. And we'll see you again next week at the same time, Thursday at 6:30. Bye-bye.
Name some things I'll be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'm